What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Recently, my manager, Jonita, over at the Kinganda channel, presented me with a TikTok video. Now, from the looks of the young lady, she looks like she is a Nigerian lady, maybe now either permanently in the United States or studying in the United States. And she makes an interesting video as to why African women are not attracted to Black American men. Now, obviously, she doesn't speak for everybody, but maybe those in her circle. I think it's a pretty good video, and I want to play it. Being that I'm in Africa right now and I come here quite often, but let's kind of play that clip and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, as a certified African Niger babe, I'm gonna tell you why. So disclaimer, for me, I don't have any preference. As long as I meet somebody that I vibe with, that loves me and has everything, I'm good to go. But number one, we like somebody that we can relate with. Like, I joke with you, I give you a sign, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of Black Americans cannot relate to us because of different backgrounds, which is understandable. But two, and the most important thing, main thing is that us African girls, we're used to being taken care of by our men. Like, the men do everything, they take care of us, we don't have to worry about money. But a lot of Black Americans feel that we have to go 50-50 on things, like the woman and man has to share equally. But that's not how we're brought up. We weren't raised like that, so we're not used to that lifestyle. So we have to go for people who understand how things work here. Sorry.
So you heard what she has to say. Now, I want to talk about the first point that she made, is that it's quite difficult when you grow up in different places or in different cultures, even in the same country, because the United States is a huge place with many cultures embedded inside of it. And you don't understand the other person, so people don't get inside jokes. It's kind of like when you watch an African-American comedy. You know, you watch D.L. Hughley, or you might watch Martin Lawrence, or, you know, you watch Jamie Foxx stand up and you're watching it with, you know, a girl from Uganda or Kenya. They're not going to understand some of the inside jokes in the culture. And similar with, you know, you dealing with an African lady. You know, I've dated girls from South Africa, women in, you know, Uganda, and there are things in their language that's, you know, really funny, but, you know, I just won't get it. So that makes it kind of harder to, you know, kind of bond and kind of understand one another. But she says something that was very profound in the second part. She says this, that a lot of Black American men want to go 50-50, you know, and in her culture, their men take care of their women. And I can understand that because I believe she's Nigerian. There's no doubt about it that Nigerian Americans are the cream of the crop as far as productivity and you know, earning potential in America. So if she comes from that line of thinking, it makes sense. You know, they do have really good families there, and then they do teach their children that, you know, a man is supposed to provide, a man is supposed to do this, and a man is supposed to do that. But you know, I really want to say this for the young lady, and as an African American man, I know many of us are African Americans. You know, we date, you know, whether inside of the African American community or in the Black diaspora or even interracial. If a man is attracted to you and he really likes you, he's not going to do the 50-50 thing. Okay? That is a man that has low interest. And I'm not saying that the young lady is unattractive or anything like that. I think she's, you know, decent looking and all that. But it is something about you that the men that you come across give you the 50-50 speech. And a lot of men do that for women that they are not really highly interested in. Because there are African American men that if a woman is what he likes, she turns on his providership buttons. He's given everything. Like, I know quite a few African brothers in the UK, Nigerian guys in particular. They don't even deal with ladies in the Nigerian community. for whatever reasons, because of, the problems, or, they feel like certain girls might want too much, they're too entitled. So they deal with other chicks. And when they're marrying chicks that are white or Asian, they're not going over there with that mindset of, you know what, I want to date a chick and get 50-50. No, if a woman is behaving in a way that she should be provided for, a man is going to take care of you. But another thing is this: what is it about you that a man should provide for you? A lot of ladies in the black world, I know what your family teaches you, but what they probably didn't teach you is you are competing against a lot of women for those top African guys. These guys who are going to some of the good universities, whether it's, liberal arts schools like Colgate University, they're coming from the Harvards, they're coming from the Yales, they're coming from the state colleges. A lot of these guys are coming out with like engineering degrees and, guys that are really doing cybersecurity and guys who are in the healthcare situations. Are they going to just be dating a chick because, well, my parents taught me to provide for you? You fail to realize that you're competing against other ladies out there. And one of the things about African men, for the most part, they can date interracial. They can make those moves and not be like vilified by their community. Like a Nigerian guy can marry a white lady, and if he's productive, he could still be considered a chief within his clan, depending on what it is. He's not looked down upon. So it's not really a bad move for a guy to bring home an Asian lady or a white lady in the African community. So you're dealing with that sort of competition there. So a lot of guys, including African men themselves, they're looking at the situation like, okay, well, what are you doing for me? Same thing with black American men. There's a lot of competition. And ladies have not really understood that. And I know you want to be provided for, but you're really competing for a provision against a lot of attractive ladies who are not going to be as entitled. There are a lot of ladies, especially in the bigger cities, Houston, Atlanta, Dallas, New York City, LA, that hey, for a guy who really has stuff together, you're going to see some women that's going to be like, okay, well, I want to be provided for, but I want to also give into the relationship. I want to also do something for my man. And a lot of ladies, that come from, really good homes in the African world, I think that they have not been taught as well as, or maybe they have not listened to that. They want to be provided for, but they have not really understood what a man needs. What do they bring to the femininity side of the equation? I think a lot of ladies have been also influenced by what's going on with the black American cultures with like women or just in the feminism. So a man's supposed to take care of you and do this and that, but you don't really, haven't thought about what is it that you do for him to do that for you. So if men have low interest like that in you, they're just not going to just give it to you because you're a woman. And if they feel that you're not either attractive enough or you have enough to offer, they're going to hit you with the 50-50. And then after they're not talking to you no more, the woman that they want to deal with, they're going to give her 100-0. And that's what it's all about. And it's not really just a black American thing. It's, can you make a man provide or not? And a lot of guys are not going to get used because you want them to just give you everything. That's just not what it is. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Check. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.